Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Shantia if you're new here, and in today's video I will discuss how I learned to embody the type of personality traits and confidence that I have always admired in others. It did take some time. It did take a lot of practice, but if you've ever heard of the term "what would insert name here do," it's all about faking it until you make it. I would love to explain to you that technique today. You guys know that I love journaling, and journaling was one of the techniques that I used in order to gain the confidence that I needed in saying things like, no. Say it with me, no. So what the term means, what would insert your favorite person's name here, that you admire the way that this person handles situation, whether it's in a soft, non-aggressive manner, but still getting their point across, in a witty manner, giving it how they receive it, or in just this confident, strong, standing manner. If you admire someone and the way that they handle situations, it has come with practice. A lot of us develop our personalities at a younger age, but that does not mean that we can't continue to grow and adapt. Did you know that you have to do something repetitively in order for it to replace an old habit? So if you admire the people that get up at 5 a.m. in the morning to exercise or to meditate or to journal, you have to do this so many amount of times in order for it to become a habit and something that you look forward to doing and something that you can't start your morning without. If you've been promoted to a new job and you have a new title now and there's more work that you have to take on and you haven't really done this sort of work in the past, it's all about faking it until you make it, relying on getting advice and studying the techniques that others have used in the past to be successful in the role. That is the same sort of techniques that you need to apply in your everyday life. Think, what would so-and-so do, and act as if you are exuding that same sort of trait that they have. Be more understanding, be more firm, be more confident, and if you do this often and you continue to repeat that same process and that same method, then it'll just become second nature. You'll no longer have to think, what would that person do? Because that's now your personality. That's now your trait. There were a lot of situations that I would say yes to. Didn't want to say yes, but I did because I wanted to please a lot of people. And then there were also situations that I would get angry in when it didn't cause for that level of anger, and I wish that I had handled the situation a little bit better. This also goes along with analyzing your own faults, writing those out, admitting to them, acknowledging them, and then that's when you can change. My first step was immediately recognizing what I did in the moment and then later on journaling about it. So if I said yes to a situation and it made me feel bad afterward, I would go and I would write about it, and I would think, you know, why did I say yes to this? It's because I wanted to please them. It's because whatever the reason was. And then I would write down what I was actually feeling in that moment and how I could have actually explained why I was saying no and how I could have said no. And I started practicing this, and every situation, of course, is going to be different. And it doesn't always have to be a strict no. You can always say, you know, I can't do that this time, but how about I do this? I can't do that at this particular moment, but how about we do it this way? Explain to them why you're not doing something because you still want to be reliable, and it's the reason that they came to you in the first place. So maybe offer additional suggestions. I will get back to you on that. Give me a moment. And everybody can respect that because maybe they caught you off guard or whatever it is. But when you're first trying to get out of the habit of saying yes, it's hard for you to say no in the moment. It's fine. It's fine for you to just take a moment to yourself and to come back to it. Just give them a timeline of maybe when you'll revisit them, maybe 2 hours, you'll call them in 3 hours, you'll let them know before the day ends, just depend on what sort of time frame that they have, and working within that. So if that way, if you can't do it, then they can find someone else that can. I see confidence as a way of expressing yourself clearly, standing behind what you've said or what you're saying, accepting what other people have said to you or the way that they're acting toward you, not being afraid to voice your opinion to someone else, even if their mind is made up, doesn't mean you have to agree with what they're saying. And maybe you don't want to have to debate someone or talk to people who are thick-headed and don't like to get the opinions of others. Not having to get the last word in. And a lot of people, they get defensive because they don't feel like what they've said has held up. They don't feel like what they've said has been important enough for the other person to even consider. But believe me, people consider what you say all the time. They just decide to either take that in or they decide to release it and ignore it and step over it. And getting angry in a situation just doesn't benefit you as much as just walking away. Being agreeable all the time makes you look fake. If you agreed to what person A just said and then person B comes along and they're asking you an opinion on the same thing and they have a specific point of view and now you're agreeing with person B is saying and they heard what you said to person A, they're gonna think you're fickle and they're not going to ask you for your opinion on anything because you're at that moment just a yes person. A lot of people like yes people. A lot of people don't. They actually are seeking out your opinion if they ask you for something. So be clear on your values, get to know yourself, and then be okay and confident in expressing those values to others. Stand on what you believe. Be firm on how you say it. Be open and listen to others. And be fine to just walk away and leave it. Those were my top principles when I began to work on myself to become more confident in conversational situations. If you want to be a little bit more confident in how you look, you can start with affirmations. Write it down. Pick what you like about yourself and start there. Just remember that appearances can always be changed. If you don't like your nails, if you don't like your skin, if you don't like your hair, they have things for that. But I mean, at the end of the day, you take all these things off and you do have to love who you are. So you can start by writing down what you do like about yourself, and then you can also write down what you would like to change about yourself, and how that you can start to accept that thing. Whatever makes you feel confident, if it makes you feel confident to wear concealer, if it makes you feel confident to wear additional braids in your hair, that is okay. But what we shouldn't do is judge others and what they need in order to make themselves more confident. It was a pleasure talking to y'all. Aside from long form videos, I love to record shorts, fashion shorts, hair shorts, funny shorts, all sorts of shorts. If you like that sort of thing, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to comment. It helps my video in the algorithm, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.